Hey guys, welcome to another video where I go through the most important tech news of the week so that you can stay informed about tech in India without spending too much time. Thank you to those who gave me feedback on my previous video, it helps me a lot. I do not accept any kind of paid partnership or sponsorship. My channel is not yet monetized, so I would really appreciate it if you continue to support me by subscribing and sharing my videos with people you think will be interested. Let's get into what happened this week in Tech India. Now, the US President Donald Trump. I can't even say his name without laughing these days. First of all, I thought the whole tariff story is dead. I really thought it's dead. He announced tariffs on April 2nd. Most of them have been walked back. He's trying to use it as some kind of political tool, and nobody's taking him seriously anymore. Over the last few days, I don't know what he has against India and Indians. First of all, he announces 25% tariffs, and from what I know and what I've read, this is without any sort of consultation with Indians. And then he writes some pretty disrespectful things about India, about the dead economy, and he makes it a point in his post announcing oil collaborations with Pakistan. He says maybe they'll sell to India someday. And he throws a rant on his Truth Social platform asking why the Indian Prime Minister or Indians have not responded to his posts about tariffs or the others, calling it disrespectful. I mean, quite frankly, it's hard to take him seriously after all that he's done within the first 6 months of his being the US president for the second term. Now, the thing about tariffs and where it intersects with tech, the earlier set of tariff announcements had smartphones, semiconductors, whole bunch of electronics and laptop components exempt from tariffs. These are still exempt, and it comes at a time where India is officially the largest smartphone component exporter to the US. That's right. We export, as in India, exports more smartphone components to the United States than China does at this very moment. So good luck to the Americans for setting a tariff for all of that. I'll say one thing though. I find it very amusing that Donald Trump ends his messages with "Thank you for your attention to this matter." His team probably realizes that we are not really giving him that much attention. Anyway, moving on to more important things. TCS, the largest IT company in India, announced a layoff of over 12,000 people. Not much details have come out of the company. Most of this is being reported. It's expected that this is part of the whole AI push. It's targeting middle and senior management as well. This is very unfortunate because what the hell, man? 12,000 people. I mean, come on. This is more, in terms of number of people, this is more than even Microsoft laid off this year globally, just to put that in perspective. At the same time, Capgemini, which is a global IT and consulting company headquartered in France but with branches all over the world, Capgemini India announced that they plan to recruit 40 to 45,000 employees, most of them being freshers. And Infosys, who I will not take seriously when they say that they're going to hire people, but they did say that they plan to hire 20,000 freshers this year. Whether it's part of a wider long-term AI-driven strategy or whether these are just optics, I don't really know. I mean, especially when it comes to Infosys, I will believe the hiring when it happens, and I wish them all the best. My heart goes out, in all seriousness, to the young IT professionals in India and the young aspiring IT professionals in India. If you need to talk to someone, leave a comment. Let's open up that conversation without any judgment whatsoever. This is a tough time for all of them. Let's hear from them and let's speak with them. One bit of interesting news this week in the world of e-commerce or food delivery. Bajaj Finance, more specifically Bajaj Markets, has entered the grocery and food delivery space. What I find most interesting about the story is that they partnered with ONDC, which is something called Open Network for Digital Commerce. Now, this standard is being championed by the Indian government. It's been around for the last 2 or 3 years. It is expected to be something where anybody can sign up and use to be able to sell goods and services online. It doesn't have to be Amazon or Flipkart. It could be Satish Stores, that's 2 lanes down from you. He can open an online store and sell items to his neighborhoods, accepting payments online. This was exciting to me when it came out. It's not exactly been implemented yet, but the move by Bajaj Markets could open up the gates for a lot more people to sign up. I'm excited about this. Let's wait and watch. Samsung, on Wednesday signed a memorandum of understanding with Startup India, which is India's flagship startup initiative, to jointly scale its youth innovation program, Samsung Solve for Tomorrow. I like that. Together, the aim is to provide a launchpad for young talent, especially from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, by enabling access to infrastructure, expert guidance, and funding. Nice. Google has committed to investing $6 billion into setting up a data center in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Just like I say that anything that computes requires a semiconductor, well, anything that involves the transfer of data, including cloud computing, requires a data center. This is also very important. For me, in the order of importance in the tech world, you have semiconductors, data centers, other infrastructure, and then AI. So I'm excited about this. Another advantage for Indians when a large data center like this by Google is in India is that a small privacy win occurs when your personal data stays within the boundary of India. Now, as privacy professionals, there is something called cross-border data transfer. Let me know if you want to know more about it. If I get into it, this video will be 2 hours long. Elon Musk's Starlink has received yet another license from the Indian government to launch satellite services in India. This is like the 4th or 5th license that they've received this year alone. I'm going to look into this a lot more, and I'll make a separate post about this because I don't know when Starlink is finally going to operate. We even have an idea of how much their plans are going to cost in India, but we still don't have a date for when you can go out and buy Starlink satellite internet service in India. Not that I'm very excited about it, to be honest. I still think the vast majority of internet users in India will be broadband users, your Geos and Airtels and whatnot. Satellite internet for me has very niche usage, for reaching people in remote areas or for very specific industrial or commercial uses. But it's a nice to have, and it'll be good if we can have it up and going in India. An update on the CoinDCX breach. If you remember last week, India's leading crypto trading hub CoinDCX was breached. This week, they arrested an employee who is now obviously an ex-employee who apparently tried to siphon off the money. And CoinDCX assured its users that their assets and their data is also safe. I'm making a short video about the legality and considerations for buying and selling cryptocurrency in India. Make sure you subscribe so that you can see the short video when it comes out. And finally, not exactly tech, but tech related, Lenskart has filed draft IPO papers with SEBI for an IPO where they are expecting to raise 7,000 to 8,000 crores. Now, globally, I have enjoyed seeing reviewers' videos about iOS 26 and iPadOS 26 and all the other 26 related softwares that Apple has introduced. I have not installed them on my devices yet. I will wait for 26.1 or 26.2 before using them myself because I don't need it right now. I'm not a reviewer of gadgets or software. My job is to spread information so that you can stay informed. And I'm sure there are a lot of bugs that are being fixed. I'll just wait for all of them to be fixed before installing them and using them myself. But if you have or are using iOS 26, let me know what your favorite feature is in the comments so that the rest of us can learn from it. Right, thanks for watching. Please share this with a few of your friends. I would love for my videos to reach more people, and make sure you subscribe. See you next week with another weekly tech news roundup so that you can stay informed about tech in India. Peace.